relationship. I mean that should keep a good relationship with your all of the staffs with a friendly environment in a staff community as well as the officer community. You must keep a good friendly environment because if you create a good environment, if you create a good relationship, and thus the works environment will be more smooth, more easy, more handle. Sometimes some officers they are very angry. Sometimes their attitude is not good. Sometimes they're shouting. Sometimes I mean that they do the misbehave with the ordinate, subordinate staffs. No, always your manner, your attitude should be a good approach because you are a graduate, you are an officer, you are a BCS cadre, and you are a veterinarian. So that's why the should approach, and good attention and good behavior, good formalities, good pattern of working efficiency you must provide. So this is, I mean, that it just like you can say, this is your leadership so far. Okay, you are a leader also. Everybody is leader. Every university teacher, every university students, they are the leader. If you are a good leader, if you are a good officer, if you are a good leader, you are a good teacher so far. So must be provide the more attention here as I mentioned. So these are the points, and also we have many points that we should do in a job. Very, very important. So in exam, it may appear in exam. Okay, what should do and what should not do in a Jew. Mention or briefly discuss about it. Just like you write down the points that I have mentioned, and if you have no data about this informations that I will provide the sheet that I mentioned already. I think the all of the eager students already you noted here, I believe. However, so now comes to forward about the don'ts do in a Jew. And already we discussed about the what should do. Right now, we are going to know what should not do in a job. Very important also. Okay, it is very important that never keep the male and female in a house always. So do not house the male and female together all the time. But when the reproduction they will take part, I see, when it will be capable for breeding, when it is coming heat, some observation of some symptoms, so that's why if you know the situations, and then the female and male, okay, will take together, will keep together, no problem. If you have a tendency for reproduction to increase the number of offspring in a home, in a house, very literally, it is very common phenomena so far. So that's why it is very important to consider the male and female. I mean that it is the sex. I mean that. However, and if you are a visitors and never provide any types of foods in your hands during I mean that entry the zoo, very important. I mean that from other side it is if any feed item, feed stuffs, okay, we don't know because the whole of the animals in a zoo, just all of the feed stuffs, feed items must be provided by the inspection. We have some section of inspections in a zoo, in a house, or in a corner. So without any inspection, what types of feed just you are going to provide the animals? So it may create a lot of difficulties, a lot of abnormalities, a lot of clumsy. Maybe may creates like this. So that's why in a zoo you never carry any types of unwanted or I mean that any types of finished stuff from the outside. It must follow, and you just convey these informations about the I mean that the who are the responsible for the security of the animal or animal attendants. And if I say if basically the more attention or more focus, the people who are the visitors, they are just looking forward to seeing the carnivores animals. Very important, carnivores animals. So if it is carnivores, I mean that you must provide the fresh meat. Fresh meat. Always provide the fresh meat. Just cut and fresh. But on the other hand, for the human health, I don't know exactly you know or don't know. For the animals, carnivores, you must provide the direct meat after slaughtering, and then within 1 or 2 hours you provide the fresh meat. Okay, because their aggressiveness, I say. Sorry. Hmm. So on the and also the like also. But on the other hand, for human consumption, you should not provide any fresh meat to the animal, because if it is fresh, it is not meat. It is called muscle. So in Bangladesh context, about 98 to 99% people, they are eating the muscle, but they are not eating the meat. So meat and muscle is two items and two different issues, two different parts. Muscle, just it is the simple, I mean that the bundle of fibers, say. Bundle of fibers. This is the muscle. But on the other hand, the meat is different aspect. Meat, I mean that muscle convert to meat. So everybody, you like the fresh meat. Oh, okay, just slaughter the animal, and then within 1 or 2 hours, you just take it at your home and just go through for your kitchen, and you are just doing that cooking. Oh, okay, you are eating, you are enjoying the fresh meat. Fresh, no, never. It is not meat. You are just eating the muscle. Very important. So in your mid science, mid chemistry, and it's very they will clarify about this one. So 90%, 99% Bangladeshi guys, Bangladeshi consumers, they are just eating the muscle but not meat. Because if you say it is meat, it takes to refrigerate, it takes to chilling for 24 hours, and then it will be converted to the meat. In foreign countries that I have visited, more than 6 countries, I have seen even many evidences, many, how could I say? So, many observations that I have seen. They never eat the fresh meat, because the fresh meat, it is not a meat, it is just a muscle. Because after, if you take the muscle meat, I mean that okay, it is meat. And if you do the refrigeration at your home, after, for up to 24 hours of the day, and then many physical chemical and biochemical changes will be happen with this 24 hours, and then it will be the meat. So muscle convert to meat, but if you do the fresh meat, it is just you are eating the muscle. You are not getting the actual nutrient from here, because still the muscle is alive, rigor mortis. Okay, if you cut the meat, and then still ATP is generated, still ATP is producing. So until, that 18 hours, until 20 hours, until 15 hours, sometimes it may vary according to their species, according to size, age, and sex also. It takes time to stop the ATP generation. And then many physical, chemical changes will be happen in this period of time. That the protein. Okay, in protein, the meat. Okay, basically it is protein. Meat, why? It is protein, just connective tissue and protein. Peptide connected with different types of peptide. Just meat, we say it is the protein. So this protein, if you take with a fresh one, you never eat the actual protein, because the protein is not yet ready for absorption. It is not denatured. So it will be the absorption in from protein denaturation, and then protein that will be, that ready for consumption. Then you will find the actual protein from it. Very important, but we don't know. We are the scientists. We don't know. We the Bangladeshi, we don't know. But other peoples from the abroad, you see, all they are taking from the, different types of shops. The different types of convenient shop they have. And here they are preserving this in chilling center. And then they take after 1 day or 2 day, no problem. And not only protein denaturation, but another is important for the meat tenderness. I mean that just after cutting the meat, after slaughtering the animals, and then if you it takes pressure cooker, you use pressure cooker, but forcefully, you just boil this meat card. So no forcefully, but if you takes it is in your refrigerator after 24 hours, and then if you cook it is very easily, it will be cooked. Very easily it will be cooked, and it will be more tender. It will be more tender, and you will get more flavor also. More flavor. After 24 hours, if you take more flavor, because I mentioned already, amino acid, already, that volatile amino acid will be produced, and then you will get a good flavor, umami flavor, savory flavor, sensory flavor you will get. So many of the Bangladeshi peoples, they don't know about the terms, actual definition of the meat. If I say you are Bangladeshi, you are eating the muscle, maybe people will say, oh, okay, I am just going to mad. This is the actual event. I know the situations. So three criteria, three parameters. If you get more flavor, if you get more tender meat, and if you get more protein, that in absorbed protein, you must follow the some principles. That you should must take it is in refrigerator after 24 hours of the day, and then you will grab, you will consume, no problem so far. However, this is the another part of your story, not is the part of this topics today we are discussing. Not a part, but very important because you are a veterinarian, you are an animal husband, you must know this point. I know later in level 5 and semester 1, it has a courses, the meat science and meat chemistry. That's why here, if it is included, more informations and more that masses you will get to carry to the nation so far, however. Anyway, and as I mentioned about the don't do the work in a zoo, comes to again our main topics. Anyway, and the very important, oh, as I mentioned, this is the fresh meat. So from text here, the fresh meat, we have discussed about this details about the meat and muscle. However, and the later, if I say what should not do in a zoo, this is the teasing. Teasing. Sometimes the naughty boys, naughty girls, and the naughty guys, they enter the zoo and they try to tease the animals, tease the birds, tease the snakes, and tease that every animals. So it is not a good tendency. That it irritate the, that their behavior, normal behavior. So I think you should never do any irritating activities. You should not perform any teasing. Must follow, because some bad guys, naughty guys, they have some sticks and they just try to reach their tiger, this is the lion, sometimes a snake, sometimes bird, always try to disturb them. So it is not a good sign. In foreign countries, never, anybody, because everywhere they have some stuff belongs to security guard they have. And if you do anything wrong, and you must go to jail, but it is Bangladesh. However, we have to change. So never tease any types of thing. Okay, you enjoy, like say, you enjoy, but you have no right to irritate, to tease any types of birds, any types of animals, because they don't like, because it's still, they are still in captivity. Even they are in captive, and also you do the teasing. So where is human? So you are not a human. So most of the Bangladeshi, they are not human, because the family background, family education, they never teach, they never any a good approach in their family. It is the bad tendency and bad manner in Jew. It is happening also. If many time I visited the Jew, so it is happening. How? And you must follow that some pet animal, like say dogs, cats, some birds from other side. So they try to enter into the enter the I mean that into the zoo. So you must follow any types of foreign I mean invasive, as I mentioned in previous class, invasive species, unwanted or unexpected species that you never expect this one here. But sometimes you feel some dog, some cats, they are roaming in the zoo, inside the zoo. So it is unexpected. It is invasive species, you may say. Invasive species, unexpected. Even birds also, sometimes from outside, birds also. So may it make different causes problems. Sometimes they eating, storing their feed, and sometimes they irritate the other species of animals, and sometimes it may carry the different types of contagious disease. So lot of problems may happen due to their invasive species. I mean that. However, and if you just Joe promises must be smoking free zones. I mean that. Never smoke in a zoo. Very important. But sometimes some guys they I mean that it is a big area. Okay, so it is not possible to cover to monitor all of the area with one stroke. So it is very difficult. If you don't change, nobody can change you. So the smoking should be totally prohibited in I mean that in a Jew area. Very important, very important. However, and during the entry and exit, and the I mean that must be checked. I mean that when the visitors after visiting the Jew, and you should give more attention when they are leaving the Jew. Okay, and during entry and during exit is very more attention you should provide. The more attention, this is the very important. So somehow I was trying to mention about the little bit informations about what should do and what should not do in a job. So if it is comes in exam, so I think it is very simple. It is not a part to read it out and just like to memorize. No need. Just very simple. You just took it mind. Oh, okay, what should do and what should not do. Very simple. Very simple informations. Whatever. So I think this is very important, and maybe in exam, that may be a question from you because it is applied as a veterinarian, what should do about the joke? Write it your own, explain by
এটা কত
yourself.
মার্কের কোশ্চেন হিসেবে আসতে পারে?
Maybe 3 or 4. Sometimes it may be 5, because more than 10 in number points that I have mentioned in one segment. I like the what should do more than 10 or 11 points that I have mentioned, and should not do almost 10 or 11 number of points that I tried to mention. So, number of 4 marks or 5 marks, sometimes if it is 3, you must remember, depending upon the number of the marks, you should write your answer. If it is 2 marks, simple. If it is 4 marks, just like little bit I mean that broad. And if it is 6 months, and then you will just make a brief story. Exactly. Just to understand the question is the half of exam. Understand? So this is all about the, I mean that the Joe simple informations. And recently I have sent you some informations. You know, here I have assigned some wildlife in glossary. So I have given you some wildlife glossary, and you should know about some glossary, and all of the glossary, all of the term that I think all of them, most of them you know well. So I think you should just read it out perfectly. And then if you feel any difficulties or if you don't understand anything, and let me know, I will clarify it again. Because if I one by one, I talk, it takes more time to explain. So that's why you just read it out, and then it is you just as a home task. Yeah. And if you don't know, if you don't understand, let me know. I will join with you, no problem, with the open discussion. Okay. And then I have also sent you some, uh, I mean, that note about some, orders, some orders. Lagomorpha, as I mentioned about the Lagomorpha, here classified as rabbit, and you know all about the rabbit already. In part of laboratory animals, we are always, I mean that we are already know about informations about the rabbit, their distribution, their habit, their physiology, their lifespan, their litter size, their I mean that their heat, estrus cycle, everything here I mentioned in zoo and laboratory part. So this is the important part of rabbit. Their hair also, here also I mentioned, and the differences between the rabbit and hare in my previous part I mentioned in the laboratory animals, and I have given a tabular chart in terms of differences between the two species. So then, I'm thinking you may know more informations from here. This is the book, and all of the informations from the book I have collected. In the first class, I have given the two book names. So from here, one of the books that I have collected this information from these books. So you may enrich your differences, points, more parameters from here. You know already about the rabbit and here. Okay. And also the guinea pig, right? Rodents already, lagomorpha, about the rat and mice. You know about the rat and mice already, a lot of things. No need to know about the chinchilla. And now comes to know about the lion. So, very first beginning class, I mentioned about the lion. No, I mentioned about the tiger, maybe. Yes, tiger. So Royal Bengal tiger, it is our just iconic species, not only in Bangladesh, but it is just worldwide iconic species in Bangladesh. Not only that, so tiger. So the Bangladesh is famous due to the Royal Bengal of tigers. Not only for you, not only for me. So Bangladesh is famous for some aspect. I mean that sometimes, okay, Royal Bengal tiger, the country of Royal Bengal tiger. Secondly, the country of goat, very important. I don't know, yes or not. We may feel proud due to our black Bengal goat, because in the Oxford Dictionary books chapter, here they incorporated, they enlisted our black Bengal goat is the world class renowned goat breed in the world, number one breed, due to their I mean that prolificacy, due to their skin quality, number one. Kustia grade, it has been mentioned, it has been already reported here. Kustia grade, the skin gold grade, that is Black Bengal gold skin grade, Kustia grade here. If you're interested, you may visit through website. You will get the message as I'm just notifying you. However, and high prolific in prolific characteristics that belongs to the Black Bengal goat. So and third one is also the meat quality is very good. Meat quality also the very good. So, however, so that's why you may feel you may I mean that you may recognized by the Royal Bengal tiger, Black Bengal goat as well also. So this is the two livestock that we may a part of that proud due to these types of livestock, Black Bengal goat and the tiger. So you must know about the tiger and you know about the scientific name of tiger, and you must know about the distribution. Basically, only the Royal Bengal tiger or tiger, just it is just only found in especially in Asia. Oh, if you get the informations to the tiger or to the other countries, just like it has been, that they are just like imported, exported like this, trade business like say. So from our Asian country, they just share because we also share. We also sometimes it takes to that to share our business expansion and some species that are not originated in Bangladesh. So this is the share policy. The trade business to the. So it is especially in Asia, the Royal Bengal tiger, and habitat also to the our Asian countries origin, especially the grassland or forest, like say. And some it has some physical features. You just read it out about their height, about their weight, about their. Basically, in terms of tiger, the female one they are very expert in hunting compared to the male one. They are very lazy. The male one is very lazy, but especially the hunting is done the female one. However, so some reproduction point that here I mentioned when they mature, when they reproduce, and when they produce the calves, and what about the litter size, etc., etc. So you all the informations from here you will get, and some behavior also you read out. So like the tiger, you must know about the lion also. So as a big animals, carnivore sections, you must know about the details bibliography about the tiger and the lion. As I mentioned, why the tiger is right now decline in Bangladesh, especially in Sundarban. As I mentioned, very first class I mentioned maybe. So that's why it's very important about the tiger and lion. So, as a big animals, these two animals that may come in exam. I don't know. I can't remember about this one. How you count the number of tiger in a area? Maybe I mentioned about the pugmark. 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 We have some basically in Bangladesh. The many that the experiment that has been conducted to count the number of tiger in the Sundarban area, that is the pug mark. That to see their structure of their jaw, and then they can identify the how many numbers, how much number of the tiger existing in just, but it is not accurate, like say, just it is just like say, thumb rule, like say thumb rule. But right now, a project that has been developed in Bangladesh, and it is right now it is working, and more than maybe 1,200 the scanning camera system. It has been installed to the over the side of the Sundarban, and then now they are doing the scanning of the tiger, and they are just now doing the calculation. So right now maybe 130 to 140 number of tiger in Bangladesh area about the tiger. So later, maybe 2 or 3 years later, so we can get data required to the accurate informations about that if the project has been successfully belongs. So there are two formula, two equation, the two methods that I have mentioned about the calculation of the number of tigers in the zoo. In the Sundarban. So that's the number one is Pug Mark, and number two is the camera scanning system. Very important. So basically, tiger is in basically Sundarban, India and Bangladesh also. Basically, moreover. So that's why you should know about the calculation of the tiger system. One is pug mark and another is like say the camera scanning method, what is more accurate. Because if it is camera scanning, they can identify, just like recently that has been one kind of the marking has been launched, or that is the muzzle printing, like say muzzle printing, like our NID verification, NID card, like say our fingerprint, a fingerprint in my identification. So that's why in case of the animals, so it is very difficult. Sometimes they are tagging, sometimes it is the branding rod, sometimes it is very difficult to identify, and the animals sometimes they feel not well. So many deformities that comes to forward. But if you do the muzzle printing, oh, okay, it's very good. Just make a scan and then easily just like QR code, and then you will get all of the informations about this individuals, which animals. But in case of tiger, it is not impossible. But some stripe of the tiger, then the camera scan can detect easily one time. If it do again repeat, it can easily identify that, oh, okay, it's already existed, and that does not to be belongs to repeat again, like say. So it is the they have the camera capacity to count if it is double count, and that will be detect again this type of stripe. It can already detected, identified. This is the system that has been developed here. So now there is data that will be the more accurate. Hopefully, maybe more than 150 number of tigers right now in just like we can assume, we can guess like this. However, it is no problem. So you must know about the tiger and lion, about their feeding, about their reproduction, about their breeding, etc., etc. Okay, and differences there so far. And turtle and tortoise, very important. So these two types, tortoise and turtle, you just make a difference between the turtle and tortoise. I have made there about the turtle and tortoise here in different items, their structure, their size, etc., etc. I have given the informations in here, you just see. However, now come to contact about the crocodiles, very important in Bangladesh. As I mentioned, maybe no. In Bangladesh, two types of crocodiles, and we know about this one. One is just like saltwater crocodiles, and another is the freshwater crocodiles. So right now, the freshwater crocodiles is just going to be endangered species, like say, according to the IUCN as the threatened number of species in Bangladesh. এখন, right now, in Bangladesh is the very little bit the low number of I mean the very few number of the freshwater crocodiles are everywhere. Sometimes when we were just I mean that young, so we saw many cases in papers and journals that the when the fishermen, they're going to just like the hunting the fish in the sea, in I mean beside the sea, a single canal, river, easily randomly they got, I mean that they got many types of crocodiles in their just like net. But right now, it's very rare, very scarce incidents that is happening. So these are all already going to be endangered species, just like going to be endangered. However, but the salt water in Bangladesh, it is just like the many saltwater crocodiles everywhere in a Sundarban area. So it is just like a good number and the good movement besides the Sundarban area, saltwater crocodiles. Saltwater crocodiles also we have some breeding. I mean that breeding zone. Maybe Dula has the safari park. Yes, the Dula has the safari park. We have visited maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago. I have visited when I was a student from Bangladesh Agriculture University. We have visited under the tour, Zoo Wildlife and Wildlife Sanctuary tour. That was in the Chattogram Dula has a safari park. Okay, we visited here. Here is also the I mean that the crocodile breeding farm here. So if you have a chance, you may visit. If we have a chance, it is the good opportunity to see. Okay, anyway, so you must, I mean that if you have a chance, you must go. So here we have also some breeding farm for crocodile, and another the private sector they have already established a crocodile farm that is in Singh Bhaluka. I don't know about any student from Bhaluka or Singh is there. I don't know, but the Bhaluka they have the one crocodile breeding farm. They are doing the every reproduction. They produce a lot of the crocodile, and they are selling the and it will be seen like say bring good value to foreign countries so far. So that's why we have a chance. If we get the chance, you may visit. But time to be content here. What type of crocodiles does they are now harvesting? It is important. So what type of crocodiles they are harvesting? Either it is salt water or fresh water. So can anybody, can anybody share your exposure which type of crocodiles they are just harvesting in I mean that in Bhaluka? Okay, I am just going to clarify you. The water is not salty, fresh water here. Fresh water is there. So now you can guess which crocodiles that belongs to harvest here. Can anybody answer this one? Can anybody? Nobody? Salt water uh, or fresh water crocodile?
স্যার মিঠা পানির
Anybody?
কুমির।
I mean that which ones? I mean that
crocodile and alligator, right?
uh, salt or fresh water. Which one? Mitha pani, that means fresh water.
Crocodile, sir. Fresh water means crocodile, and for salt water is alligator, sir.
But in Bangladesh, they are. I mean that they are doing the harvesting in. I mean that as I mentioned about the two types of crocodiles. That is the one is salt water and another is fresh water. But in Bhaluka, they are harvesting the saltwater crocodile. But one more informations. It is noted that the saltwater crocodile they can survive in fresh water. So that's why it is just sustainable that the freshwater that could be a source of living for the salt water. No problem. But it is happening here in Bhaluka as well as in the Sundarban Karamjal also. Karamjal Sundarban area, territory area. Last semester our students they visited the Sundarban, Karamjal Sundarban area under this department, under these courses, they already visited the Sundarban also. So I think, I don't know, because you are just already going to be graduated. How many tours, how many tours that you have assigned? I don't know about this. Because if you don't know anything, you don't see nothing. It is the problem for you. So it is just like I need it takes to make a tour for all of you. if you as you have a just one more semester remain. However, so this is the crocodile information. So make a question that what types of crocodile in Bangladesh and what types of crocodile is surviving in the area of the I mean that in the Chittagong, in the Mymensingh, Bhaluka or other countries, which type of crocodiles is now right harvesting. Very important message that the if any sometimes the people died by attacking or by I mean that the attacking the by attacking the crocodile. If the crocodile attack you, just it is remember very important that you just I mean that punching the eye of the crocodile. Like say, you just notice the eye of the crocodile, just hit of the crocodile with your finger, just if you disturb the eye, and then it will, you see, you will be released very soon. If it is under the water also, no problem. If you can identify the eyes of the crocodile, and if you do the punching the eye, and then the crocodiles that it release you, and then you will be escape. As I mentioned earlier about the tiger attacking, you just hit the or any sandy to the I mean that eye. So eye is the important in terms of especially tiger, and also as well as the if you attack, if you just I mean say if it attacks by the crocodile. So because we have observed a lot of interview uh, from different I mean the peoples, they have been attacked by the crocodiles, and they mention here some peoples they got the release from the attacking of the crocodile by punching, by attacking their just my eye also inside the water. It is very big. That was the very deep water. I mean, but no problem. They will just escape you, and then you will be free. Very important. And this is the part of crocodile, and also important that crocodile that they can run. They can run more like say as human also. If you run, if the crocodile also run in you in a dry, I mean that in area in a level area without water, okay, it's just similar to you. So never be worried about this one that, oh, crocodile, they cannot walk, cannot run like us, no problem, but they can do. And almost like human, they can run. Okay. Oh, sorry. So this is the part of crocodile, and also we have some ghorial also in Bangladesh. So you know about the ghorial structure and crocodile. So we have make a difference between the ghorial among ghorial and crocodile, make a differences. And now last part of this slide, I mean that these topics maybe. Make a note, please. Make a note, please. We are going to talk about some Python. Make a Python about the Python. You should know about the Python behavior, Python feeding, and Python reproduction, Python some behavior, etc. So you should know about the Python snake. You should know about the like say we have in our I mean that in our zoo, these are the Indian python basically. So you should know about their feeding, about their breeding, about their behavior, about their reproduction as well. Okay. And uh, you should know about please write note some retides. Ratites. Retides. Retides, that means Ratites. Retides. So it is very important. Retides, that means the the bird they can fly. These are the group you may classify the ratites. Ratites, ratites. So we have a lot of example of the retiles group of birds, say, which one? Say, can you guess? The ostrich, say, this is the bird, but they cannot fly. Like, say, it is grouped like or more ratites. It may, the emu birds. It's also in Bangladesh, and we have a mini zoo in our Sher-e-Bangla Agriculture University. So we have some samples of the emu. So emu, they can fly, but they are the birds. We know all birds that can fly. So Ria, Hui, Kashwari, these are the uh, group of the retiles birds. They can fly because they have some. That their breastbone is flat, especially their breastbone. You see, their breastbone is flat, and they have some lackings of skill bone because skill bone is very important for flying. This should be very light and that help in just like flying capacity. So lack of some skill bone and that mentioned they have the breastbone that is the flat breastbone. So that's why they can fly. So these are the if I say that simply, what about the retiles? You just give this example and just write down they can fly, but they are the birds due to this reason. And please write one more informations that is the harem meeting. HAREM, harem meeting. Harem meeting. Harem, harem. Just simply, what is harem? Harem is the system of mating, like say harem. The term of used for mating style or mating behavior or mating. That's mating style. You say. So these are the harem mating. That when one male that mate with more birds that we may say this is the harem mating. Sorry, animals that they maintain the territory, maintain the group by they are dominating the character in mating. They have a group. Okay, like say a elephant. One elephant that is belongs to cover with more than 20 number of 30 number of female elephant, just like their performance, their breeding tendency and breeding attitude, and even as I mentioned, seal, as I mentioned in my that aquarium, or aquatic animals, the seal. So they have a good tendency by providing or by showing their breeding tendency in a territory and it control with one female, one male, grouped in a lot of females. So these are the harem mating. So you must know about these two terms, especially you need some information about some ostrich, as I mentioned, and emu. Make a difference between two of them. And very important that I have given one more slide about the biological data. So lot of informations that I have incorporated in 2 or 3 pages. We have a lot of animals, but you are not capable to know or to learn a lot of the data because a lot of about their body temperature, their heart rate, respiratory rate, their weight, their female weight, male weight, as well as the newborn, their weight, daily water intake, daily water consumption, food consumption, their lifespan, sexual maturity. So lot of parameters here. Say duration of estrus, gestation period, average litter size, age of weaning, breeding life, etc., etc. And in the right corner, so here I mentioned about the different laboratory animals like here, mouse, rat, hamster, guinea pig. You see, as I sent to you. So if you are keen to interest about the whole biological animals, laboratory animals. Oh yes, I have very keen to know about different lot of animals. So you must keep this sheet and you just take the informations. You get the informations if you have a good tendency in do the research work or to know about details, any types of animals. If you are a good officer, So all of the informations are here. And also at a glance here I mentioned all about the carnivorous type of animals and some herbivorous type of animals. I have given here more than 27 number of animals data. So here if you click just, oh okay, this is the nilgai, so you will get the information about the scientific name, this weight, birth rate, age of puberty, and types of breeder, breeding season, extra cycle, litter size, prolificacy, lifespan, daily feed intake, everything, and what the feeding they like to prefer, everything that I have mentioned is here. So you just read it out, and finally, when we will discuss about our question pattern and question, then I will notify you what points or what type of animals that you take the more consideration or more attention. Okay. So I have some little informations about the, you are well known about all of the male and female baby name, group name. You know all about the animals. Like say, if it is crocodile, what will be the male? What will be the female? What will be the its baby name, or what will be the group names? So here a lot of species. I mean that more than maybe 20 or 25 number of species that I have given you, but you are well done because livestock, general animal science or livestock first year, maybe you already just learned about this information. But for recap, I just gave this slide to you. Very, very easy. Just like male, female, what is the name of the offspring, and what are the group name, the heart, flock, like the colony, etc., large animal, small animal, etc. So just take it is count. And also I have some informations about their feeding, very important. You are a veterinarian. If somebody asks you, oh, what's the feeding behavior of the elephant? Simply what they are eating. Like say, if it is hippopotamus, what's they are feeding? If it is rhinoceros, what's they are eating? If it is zebra, giraffe, nilgai, what if it is emu? What it is? I like say it is just like vulture. So feeding habit, you just with one click, you just know, and I think it will be more easy for you. So it will be more easier, I think. So it is also the simple for you. And uh, I mean that if I know about you the syllabus from the practical session, then I will later discuss about you some very, very important two topics. Number one is the transportation of the zoo and lab animals. I mean that how could you transport the animals, and what's your observations? Okay, if you are a zoo officer, okay, you just transport the crocodile, so how could you transport? Okay, you just zoo officer, okay, you just need to observation of the snake transportation, how you will do, tiger, how you will do. So these are the transportation of the zoo and live animal. We will do it is after the next class, if we have a chance and if we know about the practical schedule or practical list, if I get it more, and then I mean that with the communication of Saiful Islam, soon you will let me know, and then I will decide what are the topics I need to more attention here. And also another part is restraining. For a veterinarian, 100% important course is the restraining. Very important. You are an officer, veterinarian, but you don't know how to, I mean that, how to restrain. How do the restrain? How do the restraining of animal? Because some animals they are very ferocious, some animals they are very dangerous, some animals they are very big in size, some animals they are very small in size, Some animals is very difficult to catch them. Some, I mean that some animals they are very venomous. So how could you restrain the animals? It is also the very part of our zoo life, because you have to do the these types of handling during the job or job experiences or job working as you can see so these are the two parts that the in my later class that I will discuss about this the transportation of the zoo and lab animals. And so far I will also discuss about the restraining of the animals if it is the not part of you, I mean the practical session or practical contents. And after seeing after evaluation of the practical class, and later we will discuss one more class and theoretical aspects. So this is all about the class for tonight. I think we shared our knowledge for tonight. Especially, it is very important class for zoo and wildlife. So I think if you have any question, so you may ask freely without any hesitation. So thank you all. So if you have any question, please let me know and let me ask. Thank you so much. সাইফুল স্ক্রিনশট নিয়েছো নাকি? Did you take the screenshot? Attendance please. সাদিয়া,
স্যার নিয়েছি স্যার।
আমাদের কি সিগনিফিকেন্টলি কেউ আসে না এরকম কেউ আছে যে সে কোনো ক্লাসে করছে না এরকম কিছু? এরকম কি তোমার দৃষ্টিতে
না
আছে?
স্যার, না স্যার,
মেয়েদের
এভারেজে
পক্ষ-
সবাই কাজ করতেছে স্যার।
আচ্ছা, এখন মেয়েদের পক্ষ থেকে সাদিয়া তুমি বলো তো যে মেয়েদের পক্ষ থেকে এমন একটা রুল আছে যে ভেরি মাচ কমন দ্যাট সিগনিফিকেন্টলি শি ইজ অ্যাবসেন্ট, এরকম কেউ আছে?
আমাদের চেয়ার না চেয়ার হচ্ছে হাবিবা মিম স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, হাবিবা?
জি স্যার, হাবিবা মিম।
সুন্দর মানে ক্লিয়ারলি বলো, তোমার কথা বোঝা যাচ্ছে না। লেট ইট ক্লিয়ার। হাবিবা?
জি স্যার, হাবিবা মিম আইডি 2।
হ্যাঁ, সে কোথায়?
আসসালামু আলাইকুম স্যার।
এই যে এটা আবার কে? এই যে মিম তো এটা আছে এদিকে একটা। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
স্যার ও আমার কথাই বলছে, আমার পুরো নাম হচ্ছে হাবিবা আক্তার মিম। ও ওইভাবে বলছে তো এজন্য আপনি বুঝতে পারেন নাই।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ বলো। তুমি কি অ্যাবসেন্ট থাকো ক্লাসে?
না স্যার, ও বলতে চাইছে যে ও সিয়ার না, আমি সিয়ার। আমাকে কোশ্চেন করতে বলছে।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, আমি তো কি সাদিয়া মিম না আবিয়া মিম, আমি তো কনফিউজ লিটল বিট। তো সাদিয়া তুমি তো তোমার পুরো নাম কি মানে হাবিবা মিম?
না স্যার, সাদিয়ার নাম না, সাদিয়ার নাম MST সাদিয়া, আর আমার নাম হচ্ছে হাবিবা আক্তার মিম।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, তুমি আমাকে মানে could you clear me that any missing significant missing that did you observe yet? যে মেয়েদের পক্ষ থেকে কেউ মিসিং আছে এরকম?
স্যার এক এক দিন তো এক এক রকম মিসিং থাকে, তো কেউ একটা না মিস দিচ্ছে এমন এ পর্যন্ত দেখি নাই আর কি।
ওকে, গট দ্য মেসেজ, নো প্রবলেম। যদি সিগনিফিকেন্টলি কেউ মিসিং করে তাহলে আমরা সেদিকে আমরা নজর দিতে হবে আর কি। অ্যাটেনশন শুড বি গিভেন হিয়ার। কেন মিস হচ্ছে বা কি সেটা তো আমারও দায়িত্ব, সেজন্য আমি জিজ্ঞেস করলাম। সো ফ্রম both মেল অ্যান্ড ফিমেল সাইড নো প্রবলেম স্টিল। সামনের ক্লাসগুলোতে আরো হবে না সে আশাবাদ ব্যক্ত করছি। সো সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। আর নেক্সট ক্লাসে আমরা আলোচনা করব। ইন দ্য মিন টাইম তোমাদেরকে শীট গুলা দিয়েছি আমি, প্লিজ রিড ইট আউট এবং সেখান থেকে তোমরা যেগুলো আমি গুরুত্ব দিয়ে বললাম সেগুলো তোমরা একটু নোট করে তোমরা পড়াশোনা তোমাদের শুরু করো ফাইনালের জন্য। আর ইন দ্য মিন টাইম আই ট্রাই টু কন্ট্যাক্ট উইথ ইউর চেয়ারম্যান ম্যাম, বাট আই ক্যান রিচ টু হার। আই এম ট্রাইং বিকজ
স্যার আমি জানাবো নি, ম্যামকে জানাবো স্যার।
হ্যাঁ ম্যামকে জানাও যে আমার স্যার ফোন দিয়েছিল, সো নট ইয়েট রিসিভ, নট ইয়েট গেট এনি মেসেজ ফ্রম হার। কারণ আমাকে তো বলতে হবে যে মেক এ কোশ্চেন এন্ড ডেলিভার টু হার, রাইট? এন্ড দেন সে হলো তোমাকে শি উইল টেক দ্য এক্সাম, রাইট?
জি
সেক্ষেত্রে
স্যার।
হ্যাঁ আমাকে একটু জানাও, সাইফুল ম্যাডামের সাথে দেখা হলে বইলো। আর আমিও ট্রাই করছি কমিউনিকেট করার জন্য। আমি যদি পারি তাহলে আমি ম্যাডামের সাথে কথা বলে কোশ্চেন পাঠিয়ে দেবো এবং তোমরা পরীক্ষা দিয়ে দিবা। আর দেখি আমরা শনিবারে রাতে হয়তো বা একটা ক্লাস, Saturday at night we have a plan to do one more class. In the meantime I will communicate with your seer, and then we will take the I mean that the action, take the approach for our next class. Okay, thank you so much এবং সবাইকে গুড নাইট। সবাই ভালো থাকো, ভালো মতো থাকো, ভালো মতো পড়ো। সবাইকে ধন্যবাদ। আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহি ওয়া বারাকাতুহু। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।
আসসালামু
ওয়ালাইকুম
আলাইকুম
আসসালাম
স্যার।
স্যার। আল্লাহ হাফেজ।